Hello everyone, welcome to TechGrill. So I was looking for a solution to track buttons on my WordPress website, and by the way, the site is like right there. That's TechGrill's website. So I wanted to track the buttons that were being clicked. If I had to optimize any pages, I just wanted to see which buttons users were clicking on. And yeah, for that, there's like many different ways you can go about it. But I thought about asking an AI to create a WordPress plugin for me, which will track the buttons on my WordPress site and show me how many times a button has been clicked. Pretty straightforward idea. In total, I used like 3 different prompts and ChatGPT gave me an amazing plugin. So yeah, I just thought about creating a video. So I guess enough chit chat. I've given more context within my computer screen. I guess let's just get started with the video. But before we do, make sure you drop a like, subscribe, and if you haven't already, follow me on Twitter. Let's get started. Alright boys and girls, here we are within the computer screen. It's a Sunday, it's a nice weekend, and I was just sitting here creating different plugins using Grok, but I reached my daily limit on Grok. I was trying to create different kinds of plugins, right? And later on I had to shift to ChatGPT and I asked it to create this plugin right here, and let me show you. I'm going to show you the entire prompts that I use and whatever changes I made to this plugin. Basically, the plugin is a button tracker. So within my site, techgrill.co, you can see there's many buttons here. There's this explore more button, there is this join now button, there's this view curriculum button, and there's different social buttons, etc. There's a form. Anyways, the point being, there's a lot of different buttons in here, and I have been searching for ways to track how many people have been clicking these buttons, how many people are going to different pages, whether or not they're converting. I wanted to know all that information. Now, I could use something like Google Analytics, Google Tag Manager or something, but you know, it's a lengthy process and I didn't want to do it. So I was like, let's create a plugin for it which keeps track of all this information for me within the site. And yeah, that's one of the plugins I wanted to create. I was actually creating a lot more plugins, which none of them worked out. And yeah, this right here is my Twitter. If you haven't followed me on Twitter, what are you doing? Go follow me on Twitter at SidGrill. Anyways, let's jump into the plugin. So I gave this prompt to ChatGPT. Can you create a WordPress plugin for me which keeps track of how many times certain buttons are clicked on my site and shows me the analytics. I need a place for me to type out the button classes so that the plugin knows which buttons to keep track of. Can you do that? And it went ahead and first of all, it gave me the plugin structure, the folder button click tracker, button click tracker.php, and the admin folder where I have the admin page.php, which renders the admin page menu and assets for the JavaScript. Anywho, here are the files. It gave me this button click tracker.php, and from what I realized after watching some of my previous videos, really me going through the code, I thought it was kind of boring, so I'm not really gonna go into the code. I myself, I don't know much about development, right? And I myself haven't gone through the code whatsoever, all right? I just haven't. Anywho, it gave me this PHP file. The plugin's name is button click tracker version 1.0. I still need to change the author name, I think. I'll do that in just a bit, but anywho, it gave me the plugin file, right? The PHP file first of all, and it gave me this JS, and yeah, I put everything together. I have the VS Code open right here. Let me show you what I did. So first of all, I went ahead, I created a folder, Zamkai button tracker, button click tracker was the folder within which we got 2 different folders, admin, assets, and a singular PHP file. So yeah, I pasted every single code in here, but while I was doing this, obviously some things did not go as planned. So the first prototype, I guess, of this did not really work. So I went ahead and I said, not working. I assigned a custom class to a button and I clicked it and refreshed the page. It is not working. So basically what was happening was, let me show you the plugin now. Ooh, reveal time. You basically go ahead, you install the plugin and you'll see this menu right here, button click tracker. So if I click on it, this is the sort of dashboard you're going to see, and yeah, we have a place here to give a button class. So currently on this site, Shaun the Sheep, within this homers page, I have this subscribe button right here, and I have assigned a custom class to this. So if I show you the code right here, where's the class? This right here is the class sub button home. I assigned this custom class, and if you're wondering how I did it, well, it's really simple. If you know anything about Gutenberg blocks, then yeah, it's pretty simple. I click on this block and go within advanced. If I go here underneath advanced, once again, here is my additional CSS class sub button home. And basically I just copied this, went back into my plugin here, and I just pasted it right here with a period at the start so that it recognizes this as a CSS class. That's all. If I want to add more classes, I would simply press comma, and I would just keep adding more classes, and this plugin will track it. Anywho, the first iteration of the plugin didn't have a lot of this stuff. It definitely didn't have this data management area. It just had this, and I saved it. I saved the button here, or the button class, and when I went ahead and I tried to track it, it didn't really work. So yeah, I went back to ChatGPT. I told it not working. I assigned a custom class. It's not working, and surprisingly, it went ahead and it troubleshooted itself for me. It basically said, I noticed that the Ajax URL wasn't passed properly to JavaScript in the original code. Let's correct that. I don't know what all this jargon means. I'm not a developer. I just know how to make videos, okay? So yeah, anyways, it did its thing. It gave me the updated PHP file. I don't think it made change to the JS. I could be wrong. Oh yeah, it did make change to the JS. So I did nothing really. I just went ahead, I copied this code, the PHP file, and the code for this JavaScript file right here, and I updated it within the folder, within the admin page, within the button click tracker.php file and the button tracker.js. And yeah, I went ahead and I ran the plugin, and it works. And let me show you how it works. So here, this video is sponsored by absolutely nobody. But if you're interested in learning how to earn money using WordPress, creating websites, then you might want to head over to techgirl.co, my very own website. And if you're not interested, well, then you may simply continue with the video. Thanks. Subbutton home is the class I've given. I've saved it, and here within the analytics you can see currently there is no data available, and we're gonna populate it now. So here is the site. I'm opening it on an incognito window, and this right here is our button. Let me refresh the page so that if there is anything that needs to be done, gets done in the back end. I'm just gonna click on subscribe, and there it is. It takes me over to TechGrill's channel. By the way, subscribe. And yeah, if we go back now, if I refresh this page, within analytics, you should see subbutton home was clicked once. Now, after this was done, this is all there was, right? So till now, I think this was the second iteration of the plugin, and this is all there was. There was just a click count, and that was it. And after that, I got into thinking, well, if it just keeps on stacking all this data, then obviously the click count is going to look something really abysmal, like into the thousands, and it was not going to be ideal. So I went back to the drawing board. By that, I mean to my ChatGPT, and I asked it, I want to make a small addition to the plugin. Can you add a clear data button in the admin page, and also somewhere around the button add a text like last data clear on and date, right? Where it shows when was the last time the data was cleared, so that I know the time frame of the data. So what I plan to do now is I plan to use this plugin within my techgrill.co site, and I'll just come in every single week. I'll just, see what the data is, how many people clicked on, however many buttons they clicked on. And yeah, I'll just compare it to my conversions, my Google Analytics, and I'll just clear the data. And whenever it is that I clear the data, plugin is going to keep track of it right here. It's going to say last data cleared on, and we have this data, right? So that's what I plan to do. And I asked ChatGPT to do the same, and it said, great idea. So, I mean, ChatGPT thinks I'm smart, I'm just saying. Anywho, it went ahead and it gave me the updated PHP file once again, and it also did one really cool thing, and that is it changed the version number. So you can see from version 1.0 to 1.1 to 1.2, this is the third iteration of the plugin. And yeah, went ahead and it gave me this PHP code, which I updated once again within my site. I basically went to plugin file editor in here, and I selected my plugin, button click tracker, and this PHP file right here, I just updated it. And just to keep a copy of the file, I did it within my VS Code as well, so that it is saved locally. And yeah, that's about it. I went ahead, I did it, and my plugin is ready. So if I go within button click tracker once again, and here you can see subbutton home is working. Now, if I wanted to suppose track some different button, then what I would do is, let me open up the home page first. Well, it doesn't really have a home page, but you get my point. What I'll do here is I'm just going to edit this page, and I'm going to add a new button, suppose. I have this buttons block right here, and by the way, I'm using the Block Art Blocks plugin, if you are wondering. So I'm just going to add a different button here, paste it, right, and maybe I'm going to change this to follow. And actually just my OCD acting up, I'm going to give it a 20 padding up top so that it looks a little bit clean. Now I'm going to click on the button here, go within advanced, and I'm going to give it a new class, and that's going to be follow button home. And I'm just going to copy this CSS class right here. I'm going to save this page, I'm gonna go back into my backend and I'm going to go over to my field here where I will paste in my class, going to add a period, and then I'm gonna paste in my class just like so. Let me remove this dead space. Actually, it seems it's not a dead space. Okay, follow button home, I've added it. I'm gonna save it here. One thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this button redirect somewhere as well. I'm just gonna paste a link here, save it, and now let me open this site on an incognito window. So back here, incognito window, let me refresh this page. There it is, our follow button. So if I click on it, it's gonna direct me to my Twitter profile. Follow me there, and apparently I have to sign in. Never mind. But anywho, if I come back here and if I refresh this page now, what's gonna happen is it's gonna say follow button home has a click count of 1. And from what I know, the last time the data was cleared on 2025-3/16, which is today, but supposedly if I had done this a week back, then I would see the date here back 7 days, and I would realize that, oh, okay, so in the last 7 days, this is how many times these buttons have been clicked, and I would figure out what the user flow was like, and I would figure out how do I optimize my pages for conversion and all that stuff. So that is it. This is how I created the plugin. Obviously, I'm going to make some changes to this plugin as time goes, as I figure out different things I want to do within the plugin. But for now, this is it. This is what I've done now. If you want to make some changes to this plugin, yes, don't worry about it. I'm going to give you the code. The code will be available on tegral.co. I'm going to create a new page here, something like /plugins or something. And I'll just let you download the plugins zip file from there. And yeah, you can figure it out. Links will be down in the description below. So yeah, I guess check it out. And that's about it for this video. If you have any further video ideas that you want me to do, then let me know down in the comments as well. So I hope you guys found that video helpful. If you want to download the plugin, the link will be down in the description below. And I guess if you have any other video ideas that you want me to work on, let me know down in the comments. And that's about it. I'm Sid, and I'll see you whenever I'll see you. Take care.